Good afternoon. I am a minute late for a very important date. Let's see. Rosy, you are here. My best fan. Irma Gonzalez. I bet you Irma, speak Spanish. So if nobody who speaks English show up, we'll do it in Spanish. And today, while people gather, Marisela, ¿cómo te va? Marisela, today is in English. Hoy lo tengo que hacer en inglés. And while people gather, I will talk about something that I have it so clear today. So clear. Hola, Chela. And I want you to pay attention. Because this information is going to change many things in the world. And I will live to see that change. And I have in my mind, I'm going to make a beautiful graph. Pay attention. This is the world, planet Earth. All living people are here. All people who die, I'm going to record in my computer because, so the title will be, where do you want to connect? With God or the spirit guides? Something like that. The false belief of the spirit guides. This is a world, all the life, people alive, like you and me. And as we know, we have a soul. Our soul is our energy body. When people die in accidents, in war, commit suicide, they are killed, any way, a violent way, let's put it that way, or sometimes a sickness that comes sudden, like cancer, and people are very, very sad. The soul doesn't go to the spirit world that is somewhere up here. It's more or less like that. They remain around the world. So all the people who remain around the world are dead people who didn't end up the life in a normal way, or they had very vicious lives, killing people, abusing people, stealing, doing atrocious things in life. All these people stayed around the world. In the Gaby, you will help me. In Spanish, it's called el purgatorio. How is it named, or Chela? I don't know. I don't think you, Rosy, know, because I don't know either. How is it called when people die, and in the Catholic Church they call el purgatorio? Now, if a soul like you and me, we live this world in a natural way, we go to the spirit world or astral world. Purgatory. Thank you, Gaby. Purgatory. Rosy knew. I'm sorry. So, but if you and me, I know most of you, Toddy, Ines, I don't remember you. Purgatory. Thank you, Marisela. If either one of us die in a natural way, so we don't die because of an accident, we go to the astral world. And after a while there, we come back until we heal all the things that belong to this world. Now, the people who die and stay in the purgatory are people, Ola Blanca, are people who, because they die in a sudden way, they are killed in an accident, in war, at war, or they have... So these people are attached to the loved ones energetically. This energy course that for the new people, let me see if I find it. Toxic, romantic, energy course. Here we go. these people who die, for example, in this picture, let's say that the sitting person is alive in this world and the other die is on the other side. So all these people in the purgatory who die suddenly, they have this energy cord with people, loved ones, sons, siblings, whatever. And that could be healed. And when this is healed, these people go to the astral world. And then we come back to the earth and we go to the astral world and come back. Now, in the astral world, there are many levels. And there are people who from the astral world, they don't come back here. When they leave this astral or energy world, they go to another world, it's called the causal world. And they go in the cycles of reincarnation there. And that causal world is very, very close to God, the source of everything. So, again, we have living people, the people who die in a sudden way or had very vicious, evil ways, evil lives, they stay in this energy place around the world. Then come the astral world, then come the others, and God is up there. Right, Rosie? Joseph, my friend, how are you doing? You should come more often here. Say hello to your sister. Now, people who connect with spirits, where are they connected? Where are they connecting with? To the purgatory people, to the astral world, to the causal world with God, they connect with the people around here, the low astral plane people who are suffering. And those people who are suffering there have the capability to fool human beings and make them believe that they are great spiritual souls. So, whenever you see somebody tell you, I'm going to throw the tarot cards or things like that, you ask, who do you connect with when you ask to your tarot cards something about me? Oh, I have my angels, my spirit guides. Run away. Anybody who connects with the spirit guides is connected with the lower form of the astral world. I'm going to make a beautiful graph and I'm going to start showing it. So now that we have a few people, I'm going to read. And the choice for today, I'm going to read what I was reading about healing before because I like it and it's fascinating. The problem is, I don't know. Oh, I have it. Do I have it? I was reading about healing. Do you remember? Astral. Okay, somewhere here. The essential. Gosh, I swear. Okay, let me see the index. Do you want me to read? Berta Brand, how are you? ¿Cómo le va, Berta? Gosh, what is it? Healing the Sick, 409. Yeah. This is what I left last time. I read this, but I'm going to read it again, this part. Okay, now I'm going to read a new one. So, having said that, if you have no spiritual beliefs, I will give you 3 people to connect with. Connect with Jesus. He was a great healer, as you know. Connect with Krishna. There are volumes about Krishna. He was a real human being, God realized soul in this planet. Connect with Paramahansa Yogananda. He was also a real person that came in the last century, and there are volumes written by him and other people. It's better to connect with someone that we know, that call the universe, the source, and not knowing who are we calling. What happened there? Because of that, I am reading this. Jesus, being in touch with God and his all healing, all creative cosmic energy, could change the atomic structure of any diseased part of the body into a healthy atomic configuration. This is the second coming of Christ. There are comments on the life of Jesus, the Christ, and actually it's the resurrection of the Christ within you by Paramahansa Yogananda. So this is crucial. Jesus being in touch with God and his all healing energy, all creative cosmic energy, could change the atomic structure of any diseased part of the body into healthy atomic configuration. So what we learn from here, this is very simple, that we healers has to have a good connection with God and his all healing, all creative cosmic energy. So imagine if you go to a healer who connects with chocarreros, that we call the entities or these disease spirits, saying, my spirit guides, we are asking for trouble, because those healers transfer their toxic energies to their clients. And that happened once to Rosie there. And it was in one of my Reiki classes. This person had so many toxic energies that poor Rosie almost fainted. Ordinary healers who have no such a command over the creative forces would be wise not to take onto themselves the full responsibility of handling cases of severe illness that would prudently benefit the expertise of the material science of medical doctors. Rosie, I want to know if you're here. Please. This is for us. Tell me if you're here, Rosie. And I'm going to read it again. Ordinary healers, that means that are not connecting with God and his all healing and all creative cosmic energy, who have no such a command over the creative forces, would be wise not to take onto themselves the full responsibility of handling cases of severe illness that would prudently benefit from the expertise of the material science of doctors, medical doctors. Ooh. Are you here, Rosie? What does it mean? That if we are a healer and we have a good connection with God, or a good connection with this spiritual master that I just showed you, Jesus, or Christ, Krishna, or Paramahansa Yogananda, and we ask for their help when we do our healing. Okay, thank you, Rosie. When we ask for their help when we do our healing, as a healer, we know that we are connecting with the energy of God and we are going to be helped. A great healer friend of mine was visited for a healing session by one of my students. And this healer told her, do not listen to anybody because this person has the ability to listen to voices. And she said, if you connect with God, he will send whoever needs to come on your healing sessions. This is very powerful. And I didn't even know that I was going to read this today. All right. Irma Lopez, ¿cómo te va? Such medical intervention should not be thought as a negation, but rather an enhancement of the effectiveness of continually applied mental and spiritual methods of promoting healing. What Paramahansa Yogananda is saying is this. If you're a healer, and you don't have the confidence on what you are doing because you don't have this connection with God that we feel through meditation, or we don't have this connection with these three guys here, Jesus, Krishna, or Paramahansa Yogananda, that are the only ones that I will recommend. Don't try to do things that are out of your scope. The only thing that I can tell you, because there is Chela, Rosie, Irma, I don't know if there is any other healer. This is not difficult to achieve. Nirmanchela, talk to Christ, talk to Krishna, talk to Paramahansa Yogananda when you practice healing. And you, Chela, I don't know, I feel that you're not practicing. You need to practice because it will help you a lot in your life. I keep reading. And Paramahansa Yogananda says, if you're not such a healer that are connected with God, you rather give your client to a doctor. And while the person looks for medical help with a doctor, yes, you do your healing. Those more malleable conditions that have a psychological basis, such as nervous or emotional disorders, mild obsessions, bad habits, as well as common physical ailments that merely require an arousal or reinforcement of weakened life force, most readily respond to the healer's and patient's use of suggestion, divine will force, and invocation of God's power. God created the physical laws of science as well as the underlying subtle divine laws. Belief in an application of one does not necessarily contradict the other, so long as one's faith inheres, in the Creator himself. Only God has unlimited power of healing. Only God has unlimited power of healing. And this is said by Paramahansa Yogananda, talking about Jesus the Christ. Man's power may fail, but God's power can never fail. Isn't it beautiful? Yet, even though our Father does not want to see us suffer from disease, He cannot heal us until we open the gates of our willingness to be healed. Look, Rosie, everything was always here. And most of the healers should learn from here. This is safe. So what is he saying here? That you cannot come to a healer. Like people come to me and say, can you heal my wife? Can you heal this? As long as this person allows and are willing to heal and accept the healing. We cannot send healing if the person is not allowing it. By misusing of God-given free choice, we shut God out of our lives. By using it properly, we allow Him to become manifest within us. To be sure of God's healing power, one must know Him. One must feel Him deeply in meditation daily. There you go. You see, all the things that I know by my experience, I learned from Paramahansa Yogananda, and this is tip, and I will read it again. To be sure of God's healing power, one, the healer, for example, must know Him with capital letter. One must feel Him deeply in meditation daily. So, for all of us healers, and for all of you, when we feel peace and joy in meditation, that means that we know God. It's not that we know everything that God is, because God is everything that there is, but we are making a good contact with this healing energy that comes from God. All right. He's not some unfeeling cosmic power that one can switch on and off at one's convenience or need, with expectation of instant blessings in times of darkness, distress, but to which one can remain blithely, I don't know what does it mean, oblivious, in the bright contentment of God's fortune. What does it mean? Today, early in the morning, I turn on my phone. I don't know why. I usually don't do it. And I went to Facebook and I saw I belong to a group called Light Workers. And it's the worst thing I ever done. They call light workers themselves. And I see a post, a picture that says 1111, when you see those numbers, it's because you are going to have good fortune, all your business are going to, all your bills are going to be paid, and you are going to have a financial success. I was just saying, you are out of your mind. And then I put an answer, I said, you are too naive to believe that if you see 111, all those people interested in numbers and astrology, they start making things up. That just because of that you are going to be successful financially. And I continued and I said, this is a totally misunderstanding and ignorance on the spirit world. If you believe on that, it's because you are lazy to do the work and meditate every day. And then I keep reading, that show in my homepage of Facebook, I didn't look for that. Another one that says something similar. And then another one, and I copy my same answer to the three of them. So people, is that what Paramahansa Yogananda just says here? It's not real to think that God is something that we switch in and off when we need it. In order to do that, we need to feel it in deep meditation. I went over like this is so fascinating for me. I just read half a page. One who does not feel the need for God in the most trifling as well as significant happenings in one's life had yet to realize the indispensable connection between man and his maker, with capital letter. To misuse free choice in actions that cause forgetfulness of him is the outermost woeful affliction, ignorance. Anyway, let's do the healing session. I get too excited with this. For those who are new to the group healing sessions, let me see. Just lay down. Okay, I will put that. Lay down on a bed. Make an intention to connect with me and the group just by saying I am receiving an energy healing session from Carlos. Hola Judith, ¿cómo te va? Lourdes Álvarez, Luli is showing up. ¿Cómo te va, Luli? And then make an intention. I don't want this stomach ache anymore, but I suggest you to make an intention for our souls. I don't want this uncomfortable situation. Today, a young lady came, going through divorce, and she told me the husband decided to leave her for someone else after 4 years of marriage. And she told me, I've been in a toxic relationship for 4 years. And a year ago, I had the opportunity to leave, and I stayed, and now it's over. And she said, I have so much anger against him. I have so much bitterness. Well, if you have something like that, ask for that bitterness to go away. Today, Rosie told me something. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I told her something. We have a client that was in a relationship for 10 years. And I learned today that she doesn't feel free in the relationship. And is questioning staying in that relationship. And then we realized with Rosie that she was listening to her or mine programs here when we talk about what does it mean being free. What does it mean to feel that we are free? Feel free means, gosh, where energy cords. Being free means that we don't have any of this. We don't have any energy cords between our couple, our friends, our parents, our employees, our sons, daughters, and we don't have any energy cord with anyone else. And also being free means to be free from energy blockages. So this person listening to what we say, realize that I'm not free because I'm not feeling happy. And it's not easy to do that, but it's possible. If you remember, all the people that are here, they listen to Rosie's programs. And she was able to be free, and I understand it's her particular blessings that she had in this world. But I also got there, and it took me many more decades than Rosie, many more, because I was kind of almost free, but took me a little longer because I didn't understand. But we all can be free. To be free, we need to be free from this backpack with toxic emotions, this backpack with toxic memories and pain and suffering, and let go of everything. But we can do it. So what is the gauge? What is the measurement that we have to follow to see if we are free or not? If we are happy or not? It's as simple as that. Because I remember when I asked Rosie, after the 4, 5, 6 sessions that she changed so much, what is the most meaningful healing that you receive? I was expecting to hear, well, I don't have the back pain anymore, I can go and dance again as much as I want. And actually, a month ago she went to dance and she had blisters. So that means that she's healed. I'm sorry, Rosie, that I am pulling your leg. But this is because she's happy. And I was expecting, well, I don't have this pain here. No, she said, I feel free and happy. You say, oh my God, I never thought about that. At that moment, I was even appreciating my freedom and happiness that I didn't appreciate as much before. I'm sorry. I know that you're going to ¿cómo es? Me vas a chispar en cualquier momento, pero anyway. So, my friends, we all need to be free. And freedom starts here, and we can help you with these free energy healing sessions. And if you feel that you are not free, you know, I cannot read that. It's too light. I cannot see it. But an individual session is more powerful. And doesn't have to be hands-on in person. It could be at a distance. Okay, let's start with the session. You lay down on a bed, ask for an intention. I don't want this pain anymore. I don't want this uncomfortability anymore. I don't want this feeling of being prisoner without real bars or walls. And then make a deeper intention. I want the root cause of all this to be removed, which are the energy blockages, are the energy cords. And after that, just feel your body. Feel your chest, feel your solar plexus, feel your your stomach, and pray for me so my throat heals, but at least I am happy. And we start right now. The song I'm going to play sing in my mind says, "All life is sweet and death a dream when your song flows through me." When your song flows through me means that energy that we feel from God when we meditate deeply, when I play my songs, or when wherever you go to nature, you are dancing, when you feel that connection with God. The next verse says, "Then health is sweet, sickness a dream. Then joy is sweet and sorrow a dream." Always in between them says, "When thy song flows through me." And the last one, then praise is sweet and blame a dream when thy song flows through me. So when thy song flows through me is the happiness, the joy and the peace that we feel in deep meditation. And deep meditation is so difficult. Oh my God, today is the meditation day. I forgot. Well, we do it some other day. If you are enjoying the piece, keep enjoying the piece. Something very interesting happened. I discovered a few days ago. Hold on a second. I discovered a few days ago that Self-Realization Fellowship, which is the organization founded by Paramahansa Yogananda in 1920. So this year is 100 years since Paramahansa Yogananda came to America. He landed in Boston, invited by an international Congress, the Congress of all religions. He was invited to represent India. But anyway, I discovered that Self-Realization Fellowship has an online, it's called SRF for Self-Realization Fellowship, srfmeditation.org. Let me check if there is anybody in Facebook. I don't see chat. Why chat has been disabled? I didn't. Hold on a second. Why chat has been disabled? I didn't disable the chats. Well, not many people. Anyway. And then this is the video that explains that. So people get together to meditate online. This is the calendar. So we have a calendar, for example, today is Tuesday. They have online meditations at 5 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m. And anybody can participate. The only thing is we practice the techniques that we are taught, like the energetization exercises in the first 10-15 minutes, but then the meditation starts, and today there were 183 people from different parts of the world, and I attended and feels good. However, in our meditations feels awesome. I don't know why. What is this? Oh, it's the wrong place. Okay, if anybody, hola Marisela, have felt anything, please let me know. So the link, if anybody is interested in meditating with other people of the world together, is that one. And for some reason the chat, I don't know why it has been disabled in YouTube. I didn't do anything to do. Live chat is unavailable. Why? Show chat. I don't know why. I need to. Why the chat is not available? Privacy public. Everything is fine. Okay. Anyway. Going back, I have only 10 minutes. I love to read this book again. It's fascinating. And Paramahansa Yogananda keeps on saying, so if one, this is excellent for healers, it's a chapter called Healing the Sick on this book, The Second Coming of Christ. I usually have the picture there, but if one, by deep devotion and meditation, constantly tunes himself with God, and with unflinching faith goes on asking the Father's help in spite of the invasion of undesirable doubts or contrary evidence, he will certainly find the desired result. But often, one who lacks the concentration to tune in with a seeming intangibility of God can find quicker healing by tuning in with those saints and masters who are already united with God. I should have my highlighter. I should highlight this. Okay, I'm going to highlight it. This is I work when I read books. So this is very interesting. But if we lack the concentration to tune in with this with the seemingly intangibility of God, can find quicker healing by tuning in with those saints and masters who are already united with God. And this is what I was talking about today. This is the reason I recommend, if you don't have a spiritual preference, connect with Jesus Christ, with Bhagavan Krishna, or Paramahansa Yogananda. Those are the saints and masters who are already united with God that Paramahansa Yogananda talks about. Instead of connecting with the universe that you don't know who is in there, instead of connecting with the spirit guides, which are very low forms of spirit, people in spirit. So you can imagine, if you, good thing, lots of energy, peace, happiness, and love. Oh my God. I envy you, Rosita Lopez. And your mom is sleeping. I'm very happy for your mom. So, imagine those healers who connect with their spirit guides. They have a huge limitation, as I explained at the beginning of this healing session. If this is the earth, then come the spirits, dead people of low vibration. Those are the spirit guides. And then come the astral worlds. There are many layers. Lower astral worlds, higher and higher and higher, and then the causal world, and above everything, la casa de Dios, God's house, the spirit pure itself. So if we connect with the spirit, it's the highest form of healing energy. And these saints and masters, realized masters that Paramahansa Yogananda talk about, they are in contact with God. So it's the same to connect with the spirits, with these three gentlemen here, and there are women too, don't worry. It's the same to connect with Jesus Christ, Bhagavan Krishna, Paramahansa Yogananda than God, because this is safe. I hope you understand that. And the people who don't understand, don't worry, but this is a crucial information for this world that is so much misleading. Self-appointed gurus, that they teach you things that are very dangerous in the spirit world. People who believe and connect with the spirit guides is because the inability that they have to believe that we are created at the image and likeness of God. If Gaby, if you are here, in Spanish is a imagen y semejanza de Dios. In English will be like that. So when we don't believe that we were created as an image of God, we need to resort to lower spirits. That's why people look for the spirit guides, and they are stuck in these toxic energies. But if you connect with God or masters like these ones, you are in the safe place. And believe me, I know what I am telling you about. I wish you just believe. Believe me. This is safe. Let's keep reading. As they give all their devotion to God, So all God gives to them His unlimited power for healing of body, mind, and soul. Today, I told my friend Rosie, we are going to do one of these things that appear in Facebook. They put a quote of some person, of Gandhi, of whatever. We are going to put a quote. When you give your love and your heart to God, God will send you the best masters to help you. This is exactly what is saying here. As they give all their devotion to God, so also God gives them His unlimited power for healing of body, mind, and soul. Devotees who seek to be healed of ignorance, the root cause of all maladies, should stick steadfastly to faith in their true God-sent Guru and his guidance and intercession on their behalf. I remember when one ex-friend of mine was in my home right here, and she said in a very nasty way, you have your guru over there, but I want to have a live one. That's why I go to see that person. And that person, believe me, is very close to the dark spirits. She wanted to do that. That's what she got. Jesus used only the divine power of healing, and He gave to God all the credit for those miraculous cures. This is important. Chela, Irma, when we practice Reiki, we know that the Reiki energy is the one who does the healing. But Reiki means the energy that comes from God. And we have to have the consciousness that we are not doing the job, the work. It's God through our intention. The energy of God goes straight to our client. But we need to develop that confidence. Even if we don't have the confidence, just trust the process, and you will see you will be doing great, great healing. I will read again. Jesus used only the divine power of healing, and He gave to God all the credit for those miraculous cures. For He did not feel within Himself the I or ego consciousness born of the identification of the soul with the physical body. Even when Jesus said, I say unto you, arise, become healed, He spoke not of the I of the ego, but of the unlimited God consciousness with which His soul was united. So you see, when I'm doing healing and I learn from another great healer, I said, I am removing the deepest layers of energy blockage of this person. But when I say I am, it's the I capital AM capital, which is God through me, is removing the deepest layers of energy blockages. And the deepest layers are all the things that are not the energy blockages. The human spirit attachments are the deepest layers beyond all the dark stuff, even from past life. And that intention means when you really meditate every day. Unless the soul divests itself of the I am, so gets rid of the I am ego consciousness by the divine intuition, consciousness. Listen, Rosie, unless the soul gets rid itself of the I am ego consciousness by the divine intuition and consciousness of interiorized meditation, one remains ineptly disunited with the spirit. So what does it say here? That when we have connected with God through our own intuition, not asking to the spirit guides, not asking to anyone, but to our own soul, God give us that gift of healing. when an ordinary person says, I will do this, the I refers to his body identified ego consciousness. He cannot differentiate himself from the physical form and hardly feels the deeper consciousness of his soul. And you see, when you meditate deeply, all of a sudden you don't feel your body. And believe me, to get there you don't have to be very special. But when Jesus referred to the I within him, he always meant his soul consciousness united with God consciousness. All right, that's enough for today. And last Sunday, last Sunday, I learned that this beautiful book is in Spanish. And it's 3 volumes. In English, it's 2 volumes. I will try to buy it so I can read it in the Spanish too. I love you all. Keep participating on this. It will help you enormously. I don't know what else to say. Hola, Chela. And now we have to come to the war. But this is the thing. When we come back to the war, if we can keep that peace, just remember in these peaceful moments, life is easier. And ideally, we have to carry that peace everywhere. Like I told you last week, I went to the water store and I put 5 gallons, the huge bottle of water there, and I dropped them all. 2 bursts, and the water was spilling all over the parking lot. And another one got half broken. And my heart didn't even was disturbed. So a few years later, when I was teenager, I remember, I will burst with rage because I made that mistake. I just move on. I am too old to get upset and hurt myself. Good night, everybody. I see you. Tomorrow, Rosie has her session. Let me see if I have the sign. I used to have it. Cha-chan. Oh, it's not working. Okay. Tomorrow, Rosie has his session at 6:30, and I come back on Thursday at 6:45. Good night, everybody.